Hey folks, welcome to the mediocre cover band guitar guy. Never duplicated and often forgotten. How's everybody doing out there this evening? I hope everybody's well. I'd like to thank you all for the support over the last little bit. I lost a lot of people because of my last video, I'm assuming. A bit of a subject, I guess, the whole mental health and social media thing. But anyway, I guess they found somewhere cooler to be. Can't blame them. That's it. So, I heard a new term this past weekend, and it was referred to one, and it was called feel player, and that's what I was referred to. And when I inquired to as what a feel player was, I was told it was somebody who had no theory, no knowledge. They just knew a few scales and improvised everything, and that was it. They basically just played minor pentatonic scales for everything, and yep, I do play a lot of minor pentatonic scales, but that's kind of a rock and roll thing, and that's where we're all cool, and that's where a lot of people's wheelhouse is, I guess. And then, oddly enough, the discussion started on field players versus the technical guys, the theory guys, the guys who read and things like that, and the argument that kind of ensued, and I didn't really agree with the argument that came forward on it, was that they don't cross over very well. So basically, the field players, if you throw something at them like a certain diatonic chord structure that doesn't lend itself to the minor pentatonic scale, then they're lost. They can't solo over it. And if you throw something improvised at a guy who reads standard notation and they're not prepared, they didn't have time to work something out, or you just say, hey, take a solo in a jam, they just can't. Now, I know cases of guys who learned strictly from tab. Um, Everything they learned came out of Guitar World or whatever, or like a songbook that they bought. You know, they used to do these years ago for bands like Guns N' Roses, would have the full Appetite for Destruction album would be transcribed in a book, and then some guy would learn every song. But then when they didn't have that, they couldn't learn the songs. And well, I don't think I know, I was replaced by a guy in a band, and that was his whole logic. He could play everything note for note as long as he had the notation, but couldn't do things if you had to learn by ear. Now, sadly enough, I do have a little bit of theoretical training, I guess. I don't know what to call it. Not a whole lot. I did take lessons from a gentleman named Sean Butler who said to me, you know, your pentatonic game is pretty good, but we got to get you into the major scale and get you to stop using as much vibrato as you do. I was treating vibrato kind of like Frank's hot sauce. I put that shit everywhere. But um, he did go through the major scale. We did learn it, and we did learn how to apply it to music and theory. And you know, he did show me like a lot of things with chords that I didn't know before, and why they were called what they were, and the makeup of all those things. You know, it was really rough because I've got a really bad attention span, really bad. But anyway, as you can tell, if you've ever sat through a full one of these, you would know it's painful. But anyway, my thoughts on it. I'd like to get your thoughts on it. That's where I'm going. Do you think that field players, all field players, is this just like something that we're kind of pigeonholing somebody on, stereotype sort of thing where they can only play pentatonic stuff, you know, over 3 4 chord rock songs. If you give them something a little bit more intricate, are they screwed? Um, and I don't think, I believe in this one, that theory guys have trouble improvising. I think if somebody has a boatload of theory and knowledge, to me it seems like it would probably be easier because you'd have more options open up than just pentatonic scales. You know what I mean? Or even like the 7 parts of the diatonic scale. Uh, that's my thought. I don't know. I'm often wrong as well, so I get told that a lot on this channel. But anyway, I'm going to leave that into your hands. Do you think that guys who basically learn by ear, self taught, no theory, are basically stuck in box patterns? And do you think that the guys with theory who read the standard notation can only stick to standard notation or things that are written out in like fancy numbers and squiggly lines, you know? That sort of thing. I think we should all just be called guitar players because everybody's got a different skill set. Everybody's learned differently. It's all music. It's all fun. It's all great. And let's just keep it that way. That's my theory. Okay? That's my guitar theory. Everybody belongs. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.